Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is Rev Trev, and today we're going to be talking about a potential trade between the Vancouver Canucks and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The key pieces to this deal, as you saw on the thumbnail, would be JT Miller and Mitch Marner. Yes, you heard it here first. After hearing all the talk about the potential here and if this deal could work for both teams, I'm asking you to comment. I want to know if you think this would be a good deal for both teams. So if you're a Leafs fan, please comment. If you're a Canucks fan, please comment if you'd like your team to be a part of this blockbuster. Okay, so as you know, the Leafs have just experienced another devastating playoff exit. And so when that happens, Leaf fans want blood. They want change. They want things to happen, right? Obviously, the Leafs blew an incredible opportunity, and that was just right in front of them by not making it to the Eastern Conference Finals and potentially not winning the Stanley Cup after getting that first round monkey off their back, beating a dynasty team like the Tampa Bay Lightning. The future looked bright, especially because Florida, being the 8th seed, upset the President Trophy Boston Bruins. Things looked really good for Toronto, and Toronto fans cheered from "We want Boston" to "We want Florida," and nobody thought that the Florida Panthers, if you were a Leafs fan, that the Florida Panthers were actually going to win this series. Well, we know what happened. The rest is history. So I do get all the disappointment as a Leafs fan would be very real, and but will they make changes to the core? I can see them making a move like Dubas or Keefe being let go and replaced, but will they actually change the core of Marner, Matthews, Tavares, Nylander? Are they going to sign O'Reilly, their stud defenseman, returning? I'm not sure. But I do think that Leaf fans are overreacting, and the fact is, though, they did miss an incredible opportunity, but we just must remember something about the NHL. There is great parity, and this is why we watch. We really don't know who's going to win, and we saw this heart-wrenching loss by the Leafs, but they put up a good fight, and really, they lost 2 overtime games that could have went the other way. The end of the day, we need to remember that Florida's not no garbage team. They were incredible last season, and then they struggled in the playoffs, where this year they struggled in the regular season and put it together in the playoffs, knocking off the Bruins, knocking off the Leafs. We've got to give them some credit, right? The Florida Panthers are really good, and Bobrovsky was fantastic, probably the difference maker, and so the Leafs did lose to a very good team. So now let's switch gears to Vancouver. After another very disappointing season, looked like we were on Team Tank, and then we got Demko back, and that all changed. Unfortunately, we can't even tank properly in Vancouver. So we failed at multiple levels. We missed out on Bedard, apparently by 1 number if you see all that kind of stuff. But we finished strong at the end of the season, especially when our great goalie returned. But JT Miller struggled at the beginning of the year. But granted, the whole team was pretty awful, maybe minus Pettersson, because that was just a terrible, terrible start again. And so, but JT got his stride, especially after Rick Tocchet came back, and he ended up being a point-per-game guy. And so that's pretty incredible. So fans have been very vocal about the need to trade JT Miller, though. The management has said the complete opposite and has shown that JT Miller is part of the core moving forward. They signed him to a massive 8-year deal, and they moved on from Bo Horvat, and they kept JT. So, actions speak louder than words here, everyone, right? So, and then they've always said that he's going to be part of our core. Now, fans were very angry at the beginning, but once they saw what Bo got, once they saw how he is scoring dropped the moment he left Vancouver. They've kind of settled, but you know what hasn't settled is the rumors for JT Miller. I'm actually baffled that they still want that, because they don't like this contract at all. They're very worried. Like, for the first 2 years, great, but going forward in those last number of years, they're very, very worried about that. So what are the Leafs missing? Why can't they get over the hump? Why can't they win a Stanley Cup? Why can't they not only win a first round consistently, but get past a team like Florida? I think they're missing a gritty playoff scoring type guy. That's JT Miller. He would be perfect for the playoff push and success, in my opinion. So let's just talk about these players quickly. Mitch Marner. So a little bit smaller, right? 6 foot, 181 pounds, super skilled player, 26 years old. For the last 2 regular seasons, he scored 97 and 99 points. I know he struggled in the playoffs just recently, but he also has 2 more years on his contract at $10.9 million, I believe, per year. And JT Miller is 6'1". He's a massive 218. He's a truck. He's a beast, but he's 30 years old, so I can see there'd be concern there. But he scored 99 points last year. He had 82 points this season. And JT Miller has a better contract, but it's 8 years at $8 million. So here's the problem, though, with this whole trade scenario. The Canucks are already over the cap, and we haven't even started the year. So that is a massive thing, and I doubt the Leafs would do this deal straight up, okay? So, but you never know. So I think in order to actually pull off this deal, it's going to need to be JT Miller plus. So I would say JT Miller and Garland for Marner, but or JT Miller and Brock Besser for Marner. Now, the Leafs are actually not in a great financial spot either, so they're probably going to have to send someone as well, and it's going to need to be close numbers-wise. I don't know who they would send. It'd be tough to say. They're not going to send a stud there for sure. So now, I just want to go on the record, okay, by saying this. I actually don't think that this deal will actually happen, but I don't think that Marner or Miller are going to get traded, but I just decided to play along because people want to hear about JT Miller potential deals, and I do think it's fun to kind of think about it. And at the end of the day, as much as I don't think it's going to happen, deals like this can happen. For example, Matthew Tkachuk is now a Florida Panther. Are you kidding me? He's winning playoff series with this team. Meanwhile, that was a monster trade to get Huberdeau back and other pieces to that. And so things like this can happen, and so I'm not ruling out that it won't happen. I'm just guessing it won't happen. But those Flames didn't make the playoffs, even though they made that massive trade. I'm still surprised that they didn't make the playoffs this year. So do you think this is a realistic trade rumor, trade option? Canucks fans, would you be excited about moving JT Miller for Mitch Marner? And Leafs fans, would you be excited to get a guy like JT Miller for Mitch Marner, probably JT plus? Tell me in the comments, please. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and always, of course, go Canucks, go.